All of those should be fabricated in marine grade alloys. Be careful. Some people say, oh, the bracket is fabricated in regular steel, but is coated with zinc. That's not good. It's coated with aluminum, but internally it's regular steel. That's not good. You need to select proper marine grade alloys. This video clip at the end is condensated in another great poster, this poster. And this poster once again is available in my webpage www.mrlopezclasses.com. Visit, check on posters, and you found it with other posters, this special poster dedicated to naval alloys or marine alloys. So now we are going to continue with the non-ferrous alloys. The non-ferrous alloys, those are the non-ferrous alloys, based on copper, based on aluminum, based on nickel, and other ingredients like zinc, silicon, tin, beryllium, magnesium, lead, and other additional ingredients. Those are non-ferrous alloys. And we have famous non-ferrous alloys. We are going to check aluminum alloys used in marine applications. It's the aluminum series 5000. Aluminum series 5000, and the most common are the aluminum 5052 and the aluminum 5086. Those are common alloys used in the fabrication of hulls, in the fabrication of brackets, supports. Very, very common. And now we are going to continue with other famous alloy is nickel, bronze, aluminum. Nickel, bronze, aluminum alloys. The most famous is Naval. You remember where you found that Naval? Yes, in the fabrication of propellers. Naval. It's commonly used in the fabrication of inboard propellers. Because remember, the outboard propellers, the most common are in stainless steel, 304, 316, or in aluminum alloy series 5000. Okay, this is the nickel bronze, and the other one is silicon bronze alloys. Silicon bronze alloys that are famous. The topping bronze is a silicon bronze alloy. The naval bronze C470. Some manufacturers, they say naval brass. I don't want to use the term brass because brass have high content of zinc, in between 40 and 60% of zinc. And you remember that zinc attract oxygen. For that reason, I prefer mention naval bronze. Remember that when the temperature increase, the corrosion is double. Each 10 degrees that the temperature increase, the process of corrosion is double. For that reason, those thermal barrier coatings are excellent. Use it once again. There are millions of examples, but the exhaust pipes is one of those examples. In the oven in your home, those grills, they are protected with thermal barrier coating. Okay, hot dip coatings. It's too simple. It's basically zinc melted liquid, and you introduce the metal that you want to protect into the melted metal. Aluminum metal coating. This is good. It's aluminized steel. It's a steel that has been hot dip coated in both sides with aluminum silicon alloy. This is good. It's commonly used in exhaust pipes. This process assures a tight metallurgical bond, normally is covalent, between the steel sheet and its aluminum coating. At the end is produced a unique relation in between the coating surface and the internal metal. It's very common. It's commonly used in air conditioned units, in automotive mufflers, in ovens, in the range of the kitchens, in water heaters, in fireplace, in barbecues, in baking pans. The steel is very useful for heating. And now with the cover, with the coating in aluminum, the heat transfer is faster. This procedure is wonderful. The electroplating. The electroplating. You can do the electroplating with the silver or with gold. Oh, with silver, you create a battery. You remember? You have an electrolyte. The electrolyte is nitrate of silver. It's nitric acid with water. Nitric acid with water. And you create two terminals, the anode and the cathode. This is silver, and the other one is the spoon in steel, for example. And now you connect the battery. One metal becomes positive and the other one becomes negative. The anode releases electrons and pieces of metal. Those pieces of metal go to the electrolyte and are accumulated in the surface of the cathode. And at the end of the day, the cathode is covered with a silver surface. This process depends on the operator and depends on the quality of the equipment. There are equipments with oxyacetylene, there are equipments with arc, and there are equipment with air at high pressure. All of them are highly used in industrial applications, highly used in marine applications, especially in steel hulls. Those techniques are commonly used.